there friends, this is Grace and welcome to another process video. This is going to be process number 66 for me and it's entitled Hard Lesson Learned. And here I'm showing you the sketch that I will be basing my layout from. And I'm starting off with a black pattern paper. It's an old one from Crate Paper and I'm still using my September homemade kit. If you would like more information on what items I had put in my homemade kit, you may do so by clicking on the link in the description below, or you can also find it on my YouTube channel and also a blog post in my blog. And so I'm adding a craft dotted paper from SEI, and then this blue paper, another one from SEI. And I really love this paper because it has some gold foil detail on it, which was pretty cool. And then I have this, that white paper is actually a pattern paper. It has a very slight pattern, and that's from Pink Paisley. And as you noticed, I punched out the center of that cut apart sheet because I'm actually going to use that as a layer on my picture, and I wanted to use the sentiment on another layout, so I made sure that I punched that out because it's not going to be seen on the back of my picture anyways. And then I am layering another piece of cut apart sheet onto the other picture, and I'm using three by four images in this layout, and one is black and white and then two is colored. And these pictures are about my son. We went to a funeral a few years back. I think this was 2012. Anyways, after the funeral, we went to the family's farm in Idaho, and so everybody was visiting with one another, and my son decided to follow his older cousin into the very old barn in the back of the house. And so they were just exploring this very old barn, and he is still not careful with his footing, and so he fell from some steps, and on the way down he tried to hold on to some wood, and it caused him to have a ton of splinters, and I mean a ton. He had so many splinters on his hand and his wrist. And my son has autism, and he has sensory processing disorder as well, so he doesn't like the idea of using tweezers to pull out all those really old wood that got stuck in his skin. And so he was miserable for the rest of the trip, poor kid. But thankfully we found a solution on in Pinterest where you mix baking soda with some water to make a paste, and then you slather that on the area where there is the splinters, and then you cover that up, and then you're supposed to wait for like overnight. And then the premise is that the baking soda will react to your skin to a point where it's going to actually push out the splinters. And so I gotta tell you, it didn't work right away. It took a long time. I would say for it to all come out, it took about a week. And so, yeah, poor thing was just miserable. Anyways, I'm not sure if it's because um, the trick doesn't, I mean, it worked, but it didn't work the way it said. And my guess it's because my son had way too many splinters, and that's why it took forever to get out. But yeah, if you have any splinters, you might want to try that out, or your kids might have any splinters and they're like mine that don't want to do the old-fashioned way of using tweezers to pull it out. Going back to the layout, so I added some layers. I pulled out my hexagon anywhere punch and punched out some pattern papers from my scraps or leftover paper from the kit, and then I'm just inking that up, and then I'm going to be adding that. I will add some on the top left and then adding some on the top bottom right to create kind of that diagonal accent. And then here I am, I'm just committing to everything, and I'm adhering them with my ATG gun. And the title that I used is Hard Lesson Learned because unfortunately this is one of those lessons that my son had to learn the hard way. So now he knows that he needs to be careful where he's at. He can't just go exploring wherever. And B, that he needs to be careful of his footing and where he's stepping. And so yeah. Um, I also added some washi. That blue diagonal stripe is a washi tape, and I'm going to be layering that up with a um, circle type border sticker from Doodlebug. And I just want to take this moment to thank all of my new subscribers. I get really giddy when I hear a new friend try to follow me or subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for your support. Like I've said before, I don't go to crops anymore. It's not that I don't want to, it's just, you know, life as a mom is busy, and so I don't get a time, and I don't have really close friends that that are close to me that scrapbook the way I am. Like they scrapbook like, you know, once in a blue moon. And so for me to have friends online and share the same passion I do, I really appreciate it, and thank you for listening to me and watching my videos, and I hope that my videos inspired you to try new things or at least pull out those pictures and scrapbook them. So here I am just adding my titles and also my border sticker. I am into long titles these days. I think it's because I want to use up my letter stickers, but at the same time I feel like the different fonts and different styles of alphabets add to the design of the page. I'm also adding these freckled fawn label stickers. They have gold lining on the edges of them, which is pretty cool. And then I'm going to be adding some stickers, letter stickers to spell out some words that coordinated with the hard lesson learned of my son. Initially, I wanted to do I wanted to add a hidden journaling. So I wanted to add a pocket or slip a Project Life card um, on the edge, but it was just too much, and I had that too much to add to the layers on the top, and then I had this space on the bottom left side, so I just ended up typing my journaling and then adding that as strips on the bottom. And here I am adding those letters to spell ouch or this hurts or never again or something to that effect. I can't remember exactly what I wrote there, but it helped me to use those little stickers, which is from Basic Gray. And then I'm also going to be adding these pointed hand stickers from Me and My Big Ideas to focus on the word hard. And I'm almost to the end of this layout. Oh, I'm gonna add some heart stickers because I love my boy, even though sometimes he is um, very spontaneous and yeah, he doesn't really think first before he acts, which is, I think it's a combination of his autism and as well as because he's a kid. Because I remember when I was a kid, I was like that too. I could be impulsive at times. So here are those stickers, and I just love them to emphasize my title. And I think that will be it, or maybe, oh, I remember what I'm going to add. I am going to finish off this layout with some enamel dots. I'm just going to be using the blue and the yellow because that is mainly the color scheme of my layout, and at the same time this is a masculine page, so I'm going to set aside the pink one for a girly page. I'm adding just different sizes, and I'm just putting them in two different areas. I thought of doing, you know, using it as a visual triangle, but I just decided not to and just keep that diagonal design going. And here are some of the close-ups. Thank you again for stopping by, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye.